Imagine waking up every morning not because the world forces you to, but because you choose to rise with a heart full of purpose, a mind at peace, and an unwavering commitment to live fully. Today, I want to challenge you with a question that might unsettle you. What if everything you believe about aging, family, and security is wrong? What if the very things you rely on, those close familial bonds and the promise of unwavering support from your children, are not the fortress of protection you've always imagined, but rather paradoxically sources of vulnerability and pain? In our youth, we are conditioned to think that the closer we are to our family, the more secure and loved we will feel. We believe that proximity guarantees connection and that constant togetherness is the wellspring of happiness. But what if, in our later years, that very closeness begins to erode our independence, diminish our dignity, and leave us feeling more helpless and resentful than ever? The illusion of familial closeness. Let's start by unpacking the deeply ingrained notion that staying close to your children as you age will naturally bring you love and security. From the moment you first held your child, you vowed to protect, nurture, and guide them. For decades, you sacrificed your own needs and dreams to ensure that they had a bright future. This selfless devotion created the expectation that in your twilight years your children would be there to provide the same care and attention. Yet, the reality is far more complex. Physical closeness does not automatically equate to emotional connection. Over time, what once was a source of comfort can become an everyday obligation, a routine so familiar that its significance is taken for granted. Imagine a time when visiting your child feels like a special event, filled with laughter, shared stories, and genuine warmth. Now picture those interactions turning into mere check-ins, where your presence is expected, almost like a background constant in their busy lives. In this scenario, the magic of the relationship is lost. The genuine curiosity and admiration that once defined your bond give way to a sense of duty. The excitement of reconnecting fades, replaced by an unspoken pressure on both sides. The children, now burdened by their own lives and responsibilities, may begin to see your presence as routine rather than something truly valuable. And you, in turn, might start to feel isolated, not because you are physically alone, but because the deep emotional connection you once cherished is slipping away. Dependency versus dignity. There's a critical distinction between dependency and dignity that often goes unrecognized until later in life. In our culture, we are taught that being close to family is synonymous with being cared for. But what happens when that dependency begins to chip away at your sense of self? Consider that over the years you've become accustomed to relying on your children for help with daily tasks, for emotional support, even for making decisions. At first, this might seem natural, even comforting. However, when such reliance becomes the cornerstone of your existence, it can start to erode your independence. Instead of being seen as a person with wisdom, experience, and autonomy, you risk being viewed as a burden, a dependency that must always be managed. This loss of independence is more than a minor inconvenience. It strikes at the very heart of your dignity. Dignity comes from self-respect and the confidence to stand on your own, even when you need help. It is the inner strength that tells you, I am worth caring for, and I deserve to live my life on my own terms. When that sense of dignity is compromised by constant dependency, the resulting imbalance can lead to deep-seated resentment on both sides. The truth is, while family connections are vital, they must not come at the cost of your personal freedom. Protecting your dignity means maintaining a healthy balance between being there for your loved ones and ensuring that you continue to grow, learn, and live independently. It is this balance that allows you to engage in relationships that are based on mutual respect and genuine care, rather than on obligation and dependency. The shifting dynamics of relationships, especially within a family, are not static. They evolve over time. In the early years of parenthood, roles are clear. You are the caregiver, the protector, the guide. But as children grow into adults, their needs and priorities shift. What once was an environment of nurturing care can morph into one of quiet obligation. Imagine a time when every interaction with your children was filled with spontaneous joy and deep connection. Now consider how that same relationship might begin to feel when every meeting is governed by unspoken expectations, when every visit feels like a duty rather than a delightful reunion. The dynamics change subtly. Children who once eagerly sought your wisdom might start to see your advice as old-fashioned or intrusive. What was once a cherished bond can become a source of tension when the roles reverse. As your children take on more responsibility for their own lives, they may inadvertently start to see you not as an independent individual, but as someone whose needs must always be met. This shift can be heartbreaking. It forces you to confront the painful possibility that the very people you helped build your life around might be growing distant, not out of malice but simply because the dynamics of relationships change with time. The challenge then is to adapt to this evolution without losing sight of who you are. Healthy relationships require space for both parties to grow, evolve, and continue to bring fresh energy to the connection. If the relationship becomes a static arrangement where roles are rigidly defined, it can lead to a slow erosion of mutual respect and admiration. The key is to cultivate a dynamic where both you and your loved ones are encouraged to pursue personal growth while still cherishing the bond that unites you. The emotional cost of unmet expectations. One of the most profound sources of pain in later life is the realization that your deepest expectations of love and support have not been met. Imagine having devoted your entire life to nurturing your family, only to find that in your later years, the connection you once took for granted is now a source of silent resentment. It is a harsh reality to accept the closeness that you assumed would guarantee support may, in fact, leave you feeling isolated. When your children or loved ones become absorbed in their own lives, the absence of genuine care can be devastating. This emotional cost is not just about loneliness. It is about the betrayal of your hopes. You have invested so much of yourself in the relationships you believed would sustain you. When those investments are not reciprocated, you may feel a deep, aching void, a reminder that the very bonds you cherished have been reduced to mere obligations. Such a scenario forces you to question the true nature of the relationships you have built. Are they based on love and mutual respect, or have they become a series of transactions marked by unspoken debts? The answer, though painful, lies in understanding that true connection is not measured by proximity or frequency of interaction, but by the depth of care and authenticity in those interactions. When the fulfillment you expected from these relationships remains elusive, the emotional burden can manifest as bitterness, self-doubt, and even a diminished sense of self-worth. It is in this painful recognition that the importance of setting boundaries and redefining what it means to truly connect becomes clear. Embracing self-reliance and personal growth. So what is the antidote to this painful dynamic? The answer lies in embracing self-reliance and committing to personal growth. Instead of anchoring your sense of security solely in the presence of others, you must find strength and fulfillment within yourself. This journey of self-discovery is not about rejecting love or connection. It is about reclaiming your autonomy and ensuring that your self-worth is never contingent on the validation of others. Imagine building a life where you are as comfortable in your own company as you are in the company of others. When you learn to nurture your own passions, set personal goals, and take responsibility for your happiness, you unlock a reservoir of strength that can carry you through even the most challenging times. This self-reliance is the foundation upon which a truly meaningful life is built. A life that is defined by your personal values, your unique experiences, and your unwavering commitment to growth. Taking responsibility for your own well-being means actively investing in your physical, mental, and emotional health. It means setting aside time for hobbies that ignite your passion, cultivating relationships that offer genuine support, and developing habits that promote a balanced, fulfilling lifestyle. Every small step you take towards self-improvement is an investment in the life you want to live. A life where you are not waiting for others to validate your worth, but where you recognize and honor it every single day. The urgency of now. Living with intention. Time is finite, and every moment wasted on unfulfilling relationships or self-neglect is a moment lost forever. Imagine waking up tomorrow with the stark realization that you have only 1 year left to live. How would that change the way you spend your time? Would you continue to let fear and complacency dictate your actions, or would you seize every opportunity to live fully, to take risks, and to pursue your dreams with reckless abandon? Living with intention means recognizing that every second counts. It requires you to cast aside the trivial distractions that cloud your vision, and to focus on what truly matters: your personal growth, your passions, and the meaningful relationships that enrich your life. Every decision you make, from the way you start your day to the people you choose to surround yourself with, shapes your legacy and defines the life you will look back on with pride. There is no time machine to reclaim lost moments, and regret is a heavy burden that no amount of wishing can lift. So instead of postponing your dreams or settling for comfort over challenge, choose to act now. Embrace the urgency of each day, knowing that the time you invest in yourself and in relationships that truly matter is the only thing that will carry you through to a fulfilling future. V. Evan. Cultivating meaningful connections. While self-reliance is crucial, we must also acknowledge that human beings are inherently social creatures. The relationships you build with others can be a source of profound joy and inspiration, if they are based on authenticity, mutual respect, and a genuine willingness to grow together. The key is to cultivate connections that are deep and meaningful, rather than a large number of superficial interactions that leave you feeling more alone than ever. Imagine having a small circle of people who truly understand you. Friends, mentors, or loved ones who support your dreams and challenge you to be your best self. These are the relationships that enrich your life, offering not just companionship but a sense of shared purpose and mutual empowerment. They are the bonds that sustain you during difficult times, providing the encouragement and accountability needed to pursue your goals and overcome obstacles. It is important to be selective about who you allow into your inner circle. Seek out individuals who inspire you, who celebrate your successes without envy, and who offer honest feedback when you need it most. True connection is a two-way street, built on the foundation of trust, empathy, and continuous growth. When you surround yourself with people who uplift you, you create an environment that fosters not only your personal development, but also your emotional well-being. 8. A call to action. Take control of your life. Ultimately, the most important lesson in life is that you are in control of your destiny. The decisions you make today, no matter how small, shape the person you will become and the legacy you leave behind. Every habit you form, every action you take, and every relationship you nurture is a building block of your future. Do not allow yourself to be a passive observer in your own life. Stop waiting for the right moment, for the perfect opportunity, or for someone else to come and save you. The time for action is now. Embrace your responsibilities, face your fears, and take decisive steps toward creating a life that is rich in meaning, purpose, and fulfillment. This is not an invitation to live recklessly or without care, but a challenge to rise above the inertia of comfort and complacency. It is a call to reclaim every moment as a precious gift, a gift that once spent can never be reclaimed. Make choices that honor your true self, that push you out of your comfort zone, and that allow you to pursue your deepest aspirations. Remember, your legacy is not measured by the wealth you accumulate or the accolades you receive, but by the life you live, the courage you display in the face of adversity, the love you share unconditionally, and the wisdom you impart through your actions. Every moment spent striving for a better version of yourself is a moment that brings you closer to the legacy you desire. Ira Des. Final reflections. Embracing life with urgency and grace. As we near the end of our time together, let these words echo in your heart. Life is fleeting, and time waits for no one. Every day, every minute, is a precious opportunity to shape your destiny and to build the legacy you wish to leave behind. Do not allow the illusion of safety and routine, or the false security of familiar relationships to steal away your potential for greatness. Look within and ask yourself, are you truly living, or are you merely existing? Are you seizing each day with the passion and determination that comes from knowing your time is finite? The choices you make now, with deliberate intention and unwavering courage, will define your future. Let this be your rallying cry, to live with urgency, to embrace responsibility, and to cultivate relationships that nourish your soul. Step into the light of your own potential, and let every moment be a testament to your strength, resilience, and boundless capacity for growth. In the end, when you look back on your life, may you do so with pride, knowing that you did not waste a single precious moment, and that you lived a life rich in purpose, love, and enduring joy. Thank you for listening, and may you always choose to live with the integrity, courage, and wisdom that only a life fully embraced can bring.